My family, hi. So I just got through listening to what Prophet Angel had to say, and I really want you to listen to this presentation. It's very, very urgent.
Please listen carefully. Just as the days of Noah were. So what was there? Moral decadence. Number 2, they married whosoever. They took wives. It denotes that there was, to some extent, there was no agreement. The women didn't agree. They took them wives of all they chose. But in also the same sense in the Hebrew, it also may include a choice of the woman. They wanted to distort, or rather pollute the bloodline. Pollute bloodline, all right? So that Christ will not come, all right? Yes. So that Christ will not come. That's exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to pollute. But remember, in the days of Noah, there was also a flood. The flood has one problem. Because Jesus said, God said, I will not destroy the world with a flood again. Yes. So we know the flood should be coming, but the flood shouldn't be for destruction, because it should match the days of Noah. I'll deal with the flood next time. The polluting of the blood is what the enemy wanted. Listen to me, come to the front of the class. That means in this day and age, the devil doesn't need to show you Nephilims, because the Nephilims only came down to pollute the blood. But if I can inject some poison to you, I've polluted the blood that Jesus can no longer be seen in you.
So that is what was, foretold, prophesied, by our Lord Jesus Christ, that as the days of Noah were, so shall the days of the coming of the Son of Man be like. And we're actually seeing all these things unfold. And due to a lot of news that is coming out, concerning this virus that, a lot of people are talking about, this is his presentation.
You were alerted of a cruise ship that a disease had ravaged certain individuals on it. And some were flown to South Africa, and then the husband died, and then the wife flew to South Africa and then died a few days later. Yes. All because of something called HantaVirus. I want you to understand that this word, Hanta, when we're dealing with why it's called Hanta, is because it's from the Hantan River in South Korea. That's where they found the first strain of this virus. So many people have actually brought a lot of people to the attention that the word Hanta in the Hebrew, which is really not appearing like Hanta, so that would be really hogwash to take Hanta as Hanta in the Hebrew. It appears under something with H, all right, where the resh is in the second position. What it means is simply means scam. I'm by no means saying they named it because it's fake. I'm a student of the Hebrew language, so I understand it's not really the way you take it as it's written there. This will be hogwash if you take it like that. But if you take with the resh in the second position and becomes Hant, not ha, then it becomes a scam. So we can say today we are talking about the fake scam virus. Now, when we spoke about COVID, when I talked about it and told people not to have these injections, with the mindset that I'm teaching people that believe in me as a prophet, yes, sir. But many didn't listen. And now I'm busy praying for the same people, sickened by the same thing. Before I go any further, we have a video where it was a Congress hearing.
And do you have any science to back up your opinion?
The best data are autopsies. So in the largest autopsy series published to date, I know because I'm the senior author, of all the deaths we examined, and we re-reviewed them. We had an adjudication committee. We had ways of arbitration deciding on did the vaccine cause death. The answer is, of these cases that came in for autopsy after vaccine, 73.9% of individuals, it was determined that the vaccine was the cause of death. First author is Hosher and colleagues, who's sitting right behind me.
You now understand from the doctors telling the authorities that 74% of the people that got the vaccine died. And they are asking, how do you know? And he says, me and the guy behind me. We did the autopsies. You don't need Uebert Angel to tell you or to convince you any other way. These are the experts who did the autopsies, and they're telling you 74%.
They're confirming.
died of vaccine. My God. Did I not say it? I did.
Said it.
I want you to see something that is amazing. Just show the predictions that were there. Now, do you see that? I want you to look down. That's 2021. The next pandemic, HantaVirus. This guy, this is by Gavi staff. They are not prophets. This is in 2021. They knew after COVID is going to be HantaVirus.
Wow.
Let me show you what the suit says. It's just one guy who just says a lot of things. There it is. Coronavirus ended 2023. What is the next one? HantaVirus 2026. When did he do it? They know it.
Yes. Yeah.
You're just being played because you're stupid.
And just a side note, I remember Pastor Chris released a documentary. I believe it was called Pay to Lie, Part 1 and Part 2. I'll just show you a clip just to show you how people manufacture some of those lies, you know, to fool the masses and the like. Check this out.
Everyone who takes the vaccine is not just protecting themselves, but reducing their transmission to other people and allowing society to get back to normal.
We can kind of almost see the end. We're vaccinating so very fast. Our data from the CDC today suggests, that vaccinated people do not carry the virus, don't get sick.
Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus stops with every vaccinated person. A vaccinated person gets exposed to the virus does not infect them. The virus cannot then use that person to go anywhere else. It cannot use a vaccinated person as a host to go get more people. That means the vaccines will get us to the end of this.
They're paid to lie.
Watch this 1983 interview with the former CIA operative who explains how he circulated disinformation by using mainstream media journalists at friendly media outlets like CNN and the New York Times.
I had several jobs. One of my jobs was that of analyst. I also was an interrogator and indeed briefed the press when we, the CIA, wanted to circulate disinformation on a particular issue. If I planted a piece of information with a reporter, I would ordinarily then try to create an environment in which he could not check the information. I would go to the British ambassador and brief him on the disinformation I had just given the reporter. So when the reporter wanted to cross-check what I told him with, say, the British ambassador, New Zealand ambassador, or what have you, he would get false confirmation, the same message coming back at him. He'd say, aha, I've got proof that Frank Snepp told me the truth. When in fact, what he'd gotten was simply an echo of what I'd given him in the first place via the British ambassador or other of our friendly diplomatic contact.
Most of the large media houses were bought over years ago by the pharmaceutical industries. They are the major owners of lots of the media houses. They are their paymasters.
The food companies, the vaccine companies, they pay us hundreds of millions of dollars a year to hire and keep reviewers to approve their products.
I mean, you have multiple companies that were basically given a crap ton of money to produce vaccine they're pushing.
So what happens to the monoclonal antibody treatments?
Push to the side.
Why?
Money. It's disgusting. I mean, I still feel like I work for like a evil corporation because it comes down to profits in the end. And I mean, I'm there to help people, not to make millions and millions of dollars. So I mean, that's the moral dilemma.
Billions and billions?
I'm trying to be nice. Our organization is run on COVID money.
How so?
It netted like over 15 billion.
So you see, that's really sad. Let's continue with what the prophet was talking about.
And let me tell you something again that you don't understand. The owners of the ship, that cruise ship, have over 72% that they invested in a crisis company that deals with huge debts. That's number one. Number two, they are heavily invested again in vaccination. No wonder they can hire a fake crisis actor. I want to show you a 2022 clip of a man who was encouraging others to get vaccinated. All right.
Get vaccinated.
Wait.
Gorgeous vac.
That's 2022. Please repeat. Do you see the guy?
Yes, sir.
Do you see what he's wearing? Green and also that hat. You see that, right? With that beard? That's 2022. Him encouraging people to get vaccinations. Let's go.
Get vaccinated. Gorgeous vaccinated girls get boosted. And gorgeous boosted girls get boosted again if you're eligible.
Do you see that, right? Show the guy. You see this guy? Show him in the cruise ship.
I normally wouldn't make a video like
Same
this.
guy wearing the same thing.
Like I need to say
Telling people that I'm in the boat in this ship, we are having HantaVirus. See, I know you're missing this one. No wonder they can hire a fake crisis actor. Destroy their own business. On a ship. Destroying their own cruise business. Because they have larger
investments, yeah.
Getting the idea now. The Simpsons have been suspected of actually being used by governments to say some things. When Donald Trump came, they had an episode where Donald Trump was becoming president. The first shooting, they had an episode years back where after he became president, someone tried to shoot him. Yes. I want to show you something. There is an episode, I believe it was the 23rd season of the Simpsons, and they were showing pepper tongues. I want you to look there. A pepper tongue or appearance of pepper spots on the skin can occur with specific types of HantaVirus infection. Now, I know you don't care about it, but let's go to the boat that they were in. The ship. They were on a ship when they had that. And it's written royal to what? Valhalla. And Valhalla means the whore of the fallen or the whore of the dead. But don't worry about it. Let's show the video of what Pat Simpson says when he saw people running around because of the...
You're buying it.
They are believing it. Anyway, come back here. They are very big, sick, nonsensical, diabolic nincompop up there with real money. Do you think Trump knows everything? You're joking. He doesn't. There are things that they are even prevented from knowing. And you're sitting in your house in Chabalala there in South Africa, and you're wondering, what is this man talking about? This preaching I'm going to give you now, after they create another fake virus, because we're going to resist this one. Now, after they create another fake one, guess what will happen? You people there, you will start thinking, oh yeah, what are we going to do with this one? I'm just going to agree with them. I think they know better. And then you have another one. And I'm going to shock you with patterns. And I'm going to show you why you had an mRNA vaccine. I want you to show them the map of COVID. Do you see that's COVID? That's exactly how COVID spread. Show them the map of HantaVirus. Almost the same, brothers and sisters. It's like this red virus just went like, you know what? I'll follow my brother COVID. I'll just go this side. And then just go this side. And you... So imagine what the enemy is trying to do right now in bringing a certain level of fear. But it starts small. They are testing the waters. One step in. Then they see you fear, then they get in. Then they keep moving in. And they keep giving you more information. More information. Right now you're scared in your house. People are even preparing for lockdowns. Let me show you what Stein Drew said. They can remotely control your cells with 5G and mRNA jabs. Control what? Your cells. The global elite plans have been blown wide open. Does the patent registered in the name of Rockefeller University spell the end of humanity's biological independence? Put it there. If you look at it, United States patent. Let's go down there. The present invention provides methods, compositions for the remote control of cell function based on the use of radio frequency waves to excite nanoparticles targeted to specific cell. What it means is there are nanoparticles in your cell. Who injected? When? That's when they told you the vaccine no longer just a vaccine, it's an mRNA, messenger RNA. They are actually sending message to your cells. I want you to see something about that patent. Maybe you don't understand. Let's go to the left of the screen. And you go where it says 22. When was it fired? A year before COVID. They were ready for you. I'm trying to awake you to a reality. Look at what it's saying. 2018, they had already finished. Then the date of patent meaning said it was approved on 29th of September 2020. They patented the whole technology. So when they brought a vaccine, told you mRNA, they were willing to put something in your cells, information that you never asked them. It's called mRNA. Why? Messenger RNA. That means they are sending information. I want you to look at this page 33 of Pfizer COVID book. It's a 38 page. You see that? It's showing. See, that's Pfizer there that did it. There we go. There we go. This is Pfizer paper. It's not Uebert Angel's paper. Do you get this? List of what? Events and special interest. You have it. We are not removing it. Bingo. There we go. They are looking for side effects of what? Of the vaccine. And bingo, HantaVirus. How on earth do you have over 1,200 side effects of the vaccine and you don't tell us any? And even bloggers knew it. That is going to be HantaVirus, and they knew the year. Who told them? Said being argumentative doesn't work here. The idea that you need to do is to say, I'm going to listen this time. I'm not going to be the sheep following everywhere. I understand why Africa follows, especially on the political side of it. That's a different stage altogether. I'm just speaking as a prophet, not as a politician. I'm not one. But remember this, Africa will be food this side, vaccine side.
Yeah.
Aid this side, vaccine side. You got to accept the vaccine or we don't give you the aid. And the problem of presidents is they are not bishops. They are there to support the nation. If people want it, they will introduce it. So in the realm of the spirit, ladies and gentlemen, there is a war brewing, a fight, something so big. When we're dealing with Stain Jew and we dealt with David Icke, they were talking about 5G being involved. And it's amazing, every time they introduce a G, they have a disease to follow. Let's just put Donald Trump and see what he says about the 5G.
So we're into 6G now. I just 5G. I was a leader on 5G, getting that done, and now they're up to 6. Let's do it again. What does that do? Give you a little bit deeper view into somebody's skin. See how perfect it is. I like the cameras in old days.
Did you hear what he says? Is it to give you a better view into someone's skin? You know, Donald Trump is not politically correct. He just says things. They brief him. I'm telling you, I think they told him, my brother, this is what we're doing, 5G. But we're going to come to 6G, but don't say this. And he, boom. That's why I love him.
Just say it.
He's not thinking of the things you think about. This man just says exactly what he feels like saying. Politicians stick to a script. This guy doesn't. You give him a script, you get halfway, and he goes Trump all the way. So you are able to see where they are lying to you. You can actually go like, bingo, 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 based on how they are lying to you. Pastor Chris came out talking about 5G and how many people fought him. And how the president is talking about it. When we said vaccine, you fought. And look at what the Congress hearing was saying. The doctors came out themselves and told you this is the problem. When Trump talked about ivermectin, healing the people, what did the people say? Fauci said, nah. Then Fauci had an autopen waiting for him. Signed that he cannot be prosecuted. So he's immune. Now they are discovering how he lied and he's immune. Let's put one doctor there. I'm not endorsing him, I just want you to see him.
Hi, good morning. This is Dr. Zelenko. I'd like to give you a biology lesson. There are many viruses in the world, and we categorize them based on their genetic material. And so there's a class of viruses called single-stranded RNA viruses. And some of those viruses include all the COVID strains, COVID-19, influenza virus, RSV virus, Marburg virus, Ebola virus, HantaVirus, and there are a few others. The point being is that they all are single-stranded RNA viruses that use the same common pathway in making copies of their genetic material. That's something called RNA-dependent RNA polymerase. That's what I've been talking about for the last 2 years in the context of COVID-19. But if we extrapolate that to think more broadly, then it's the same mechanism of treatment using zinc ionophores, and zinc could inhibit all the strains of COVID-19, influenza virus, RSV virus, Ebola virus, Marburg virus, and HantaVirus. This has tremendous amount of national security implications, and I don't think anyone realizes this. And so I'm pleading with our scientists and the honest people in our government to investigate this, because as the recent chatter in the news is going, we're seeing hemorrhagic fever from China. There's concern about Marburg virus, HantaVirus, and Ebola virus. These viruses carry, to some estimates, 90% death rates. So I think there may be a solution to all these huge public health and bioterrorist problems, all with one simple, cheap, oral approach. Basically, what I'm saying is if the whole world had enough vitamin D3, high normal levels of vitamin D3, and enough intracellular zinc, we can eradicate most of these health threats. Thank you, and God bless you.
I'm not a doctor. Look at what he's saying. Zinc, vitamin D3. I know what you think. You think there is a doctor who needs to be approached. No. It's everywhere. And it's oral. You just take it through your mouth. Did he say wait until it happens? No. And he says all these viruses have a simple thing, and I've been trying to tell people for 2 years. And nobody listens. Put that sick fool.
At the end of the decade, we'll have 5 or more vaccines available to all the children of the world. And finally, by the end of this decade, every country can have a delivery system to make sure that those vaccines are getting out to every single child. And that will allow us to move on to other very, very ambitious goals. And for all 193 member states, you must make vaccines a high priority in your health systems to ensure that all your children have access to existing vaccines now and to the new vaccines that have recently become available.
I want you to say something that will make you very sick, but not in the way that you think. I told you I'm going to use my soft voice because I wasn't listening to the first time. So I'm also tired of telling people. Help them. Some of you are waiting for them to announce that there is now a virus and a vaccine that you're going to be given. Even if you refuse to get vaccinated. Watch this.
Literally vaccinating the fish you eat for dinner.
For the first time in history, we are genetically altering fish. After a government-approved process shows salmon and sea bass vaccinated at 18,000 fish per hour.
My brothers and sisters, get zinced up. Just recently, I believe it's Netherlands, in fact, I prophesied about it. That means it's going to happen maybe within this week or this week. They're making a ruling that if something is genetically modified, you won't know about it. They're no longer showing you, they're no longer telling you. Because they're saying the risk is very little, there's nothing to try and say this is GMO, this is non-GMO. So what are they saying now? They're trying to tell you that even if we modify the food, you shouldn't know. At feeding level and at packaging level, they're vaccinating it. A dead fish. It can come to your house already packed with 11. You had it. So the issue is not the vaccine. The issue is what you can do to remove it. want you to see the WHO, the organization WHO. They said it's nothing. Then they are now begging America to be in. It's just amazing.
The World Health Organization has sent a desperate plea to the US and Argentina, asking them to return to the organization after they pulled out. The plea came from the head of the WHO, Dr. Tedros, who used the recent outbreak of the HantaVirus as a catalyst to ask the nations to return in order for the world to tackle this outbreak together.
And any vacuum, any space which is not covered actually gives advantage to the virus. And the best immunity we have is solidarity. So because of the event that's happening now, and both Argentina and the US are affected, I think they will reconsider their decisions, because they can see how important universality is for health security. Because viruses don't care about our politics, and they don't care about our borders, and they don't care about all the excuses that we may have. So I hope this could be a good lesson for the whole world, because solidarity is our best immunity. I repeat.
This came after the US and Argentina spectacularly withdrew from the organization.
Going forward, U.S. engagement with the WHO will be limited solely to completing our withdrawal and safeguarding the health and safety of the American people. All U.S. funding has ended. All government U.S. personnel have stopped working there. I believe this deeply, that only the United States has the scale, the innovation, and the leadership to drive global health solutions that put people first, starting with our own citizens.
But at the same conference, infectious disease expert Maria Van Kerkhove assured the world that the HantaVirus is not another coronavirus.
But this is not the same situation we were in 6 years ago. It doesn't spread the same way, like coronaviruses do. It's very different. It's that close, intimate contact that we've seen. And most hantaviruses don't transmit between people at all. Most hantaviruses are transmitted from rodents or their feces or their saliva, or droppings, to people. And only this one particular virus, the Andes virus, which has been identified here, we've seen some human-to-human transmission. And again, I want to reiterate, the actions that are being taken on board are precautionary to prevent any onward spread. And so there's a lot that is being done right now to be able to try to minimize the risk even further.
I think in a way you are seeing something. That right now they are facing the predicament of Donald Trump, that he doesn't want to comply. They chose the wrong time to introduce it. And it's not gaining momentum. Donald Trump has refused to be part of the WHO, the World Health Organization. Came out of it. And another country came out of it, and they're begging them to come back in. Why? Because they were paying a lot of money to allow these fools to do what they're doing right now. And they do it every day. And this is why I say Christians ought to have money. How many know AI? Hello? You know AI, right? Yes. How many have used it? How many have used it? To ask a question or two? Yes. Right? Wonderful stuff. I want you to hear this, because I know you're not getting this.
Listen to this. Many people don't know this, but just 3 ChatGPT responses can consume an entire bottle of water. While we were distracted on other things.
Come back. You didn't hear that, right? Just your 3 questions will consume a bottle of water. They use millions and millions, those machines use millions and millions of water to cool down. You need to wake up. These guys have been lying from day one. Lying about technology, lying about diseases, lying about everything. And then you're making a lot of money while you're sleeping as a sheep, just following everything that they say. Now here you are, spike protein. To the point now they're saying they are finding more diseases and in people who have had vaccines and people who are not. But what do? There is a detox.
So my family, if you heard, you have actually heard. So I'll meet you the next one. As always, like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll just end with a prayer. I believe most of us need it.
There is a detox. Father, thank you for these that are here right now. Thank you. You're going to protect them from the lies of the enemy. These new lies of the enemy. And I pray that this virus, I pray, Father, in the name of Jesus, Have mercy on your people. And let the enemy's plans be removed and not prosper in the name of Jesus. In Jesus' mighty name.